The Legend of Zelda is a series known for its dungeons, incredible atmosphere, lore, music, and so many other things. But one thing it's also known for are its enemies, races, and species. One of these being the Zora, a race of fish people that primarily make their home in the Lanayru region. Of course, we can't mention the Zora without talking about the Rito, an evolution of the Zora introduced in the Wind Waker. For those familiar with the Zelda lore and timeline, you would know that they only exist in the adult timeline. That brings us to Breath of the Wild and, by extension, Tears of the Kingdom, where they both exist at once. This, along with some other lore-related inconsistencies, have had people wondering for over half a decade how and where Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom fit into the timeline. I think I have the answer. Well, a few. Let me explain. My first theory, and probably the most boring one, is that so much time has passed, thousands if not millions of years, that all of these species are able to coexist at once. Of course, that doesn't explain some of the other inconsistencies, so that brings us to my next theory, the reset theory. Perhaps there was some sort of event or phenomenon that occurred that merged every timeline into one. Now, this isn't talked about or alluded to in Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom, so then which is it? Well, that brings me to the final theory. Now, I wasn't the first to think of this theory, the original video being by Thinking at Max Volume, and this theory goes into quantum mechanics and Schrodinger's cat and all these complicated formulas, so I'll leave a link in the description if you would like to check out the original theory. Essentially though, it is believed that the events of Ocarina of Time led to a dragon break, an event that causes all timelines to coexist at once, and converge at a point. That point being the past of Tears of the Kingdom. Each timeline existing in the first place due to the Triforce, the Downfall timeline representing the Triforce of Power and Ganondorf's victory, the Adult timeline representing Link's courage to defeat the Demon King, and the Child timeline where Link gives Zelda the knowledge of Ganondorf's takeover and stops him before it happens. Both Ocarina of Time Zelda and her counterpart in Tears of the Kingdom are both Sages of Time, so it would make sense that another Sage of Time Zelda is the one to bring the timelines together again. But anyway, what do you think?